different World Book Day this year. Normally, we'd all meet up in the hall after a day of book-related fun to parade in our book character costumes or present something we have created or done during the day. Although we can't all be together, we wanted you to all share the pleasure of books, whether you're at home or in your individual class bubbles. So, we've decided to have a go at bringing to life one of Roald Dahl's revolting rhymes. So, may I present St Wilfrid's School Staff production, with no expense spared, of Cinderella!
I guess you think you know this story. You don't. This one's much more gory.
The phony one, the one you know, was cooked up years and years ago and made to sound all soft and sappy, just to keep you children happy.
Mind you, they got the first bit right, the bit where in the dead of night the ugly sisters, jewels and all, departed for the palace ball.
Well, darling little Cinderella was locked up in a tiny cellar. Locked up in a tiny cellar? Where rats who wanted things to eat began to nibble at her feet.
She bellowed.
Help!
And
let me out!
The magic fairy heard her shout. Appearing in a blaze of light, she said,
My dear, are you all right?
All right!
cried Cindy.
Can't you see? I feel as rotten as can be!
She beat her fist against the wall and shouted,
Get me to the ball! There is a disco at the palace. The rest have gone and I am jealous. I want a dress, I want a coat, and earrings and a diamond brooch, and silver slippers, 2 of those, and lovely nylon pantyhose. Do not like that. I'll guarantee that handsome prince will fall for me.
The fairy said.
Hang on a tick.
She gave her wand a mighty flick, and quickly, in no time at all, Cindy was at the palace ball.
It made the ugly sisters wince to see her dancing with the prince.
Then midnight struck. She shouted,
Heck! I've got to run to save my neck!
The prince cried.
No, alas, alack.
He grabbed her dress to hold her back. Cindy shouted,
Let me go!
Oh, her slipper slipped from her toe.
The prince was on it like a dart. He pressed it to his pounding heart.
The girl this slipper fits.
He cried.
Tomorrow morn shall be my bride. I'll visit every house in town until I've tracked the maiden down.
Then, rather carelessly, the fool left it on a nearby wall.
At once, one of the ugly sisters,
the one whose face was blotched with blisters,
sneaked up and grabbed the dainty shoe and quickly flushed it down the loo.
Then in its place she calmly put the slipper from her own left foot.
Aha! You see, the plot grows thicker, and Cindy's luck starts looking sicker.
Next day, the prince went charging down to knock on all the doors in town.
In every house the tension grew. Who was the owner of the shoe?
The shoe was long and very wide. A normal foot got lost inside.
Also, it smelled a wee bit icky. The owner's feet were hot and sticky.
Thousands of eager people came to try it on, but all in vain.
Now came the ugly sisters go. One tried it on. The prince screamed.
No! Yes, it fits! Whoopee! And now you have to marry me.
The prince went white from ear to ear. He muttered.
Let me out of here! Oh, no, you don't. You made a vow. I forgot my line, but we'll keep going for now. Lock her up!
The prince roared out. She was whisked off before she could shout.
Then up came sister number 2, who yelled,
Now I will try the shoe.
Try this instead.
The prince yelled in alarm and slung the cuffs for her to put on her own arms. Social distancing, you see.
2 meters.
In the kitchen, peeling spuds, Cinderella heard the squeals of upset sisters dragged in heels to the palace dungeons.
"What's all the racket?" Cindy cried.
Mind your own biz.
The prince replied.
Poor Cindy's heart was torn to shreds.
"My prince,
She gasped.
with no trial, locks up folks. How could I marry anyone who does that sort of thing for a joke?"
The prince cried.
Who's this common Ned? Off with her head! Off with her head!
Just then, all in a blaze of light, the magic fairy flew in sight.
Her magic wand went swoosh and swish.
Cindy,
She cried.
come, now make a wish. Wish anything, and have no doubt that I will make it come about.
Cindy answered, "Oh, kind fairy, this time I should be more wary. No more princes, no more money. I've had my taste of all that honey. I'm wishing for a decent man. They're hard to find, but do you think you can?"
Within a minute, Cinderella was married to a lovely fella.
A simple jam maker by trade,
Who sold good homemade marmalade.
The house was filled with smiles and laughter, and they all